your only option is to up the prices, isn't it? So the big priorities for this week at Trade Mastermind are to focus on customer acquisition, we want to increase it, customer retention, we want to improve it, and recruitment, we need to drive those vacancies and get more people hired into the business as quickly as possible. And we are scaling up, and we're scaling up fast. So you may have heard me talking previously about customer acquisition and I want to increase it. Well, if you don't have the ability to increase your customer acquisition at scale quickly, then the next thing that you got to do is put your prices up so you get more return on investment for the sales that you're actually making. And it's almost autumn, so we are putting our prices up anyway by 20%. And I recommend to all business owners watching this, every quarter, every 6 months, every year, put those prices up. Don't be afraid. You've got to make more margin, costs are on the rise, people want to be paid more money, things are getting more expensive, so you've got to be more expensive too. I mean, too many business owners that are scared to increase their prices. Well, we aren't, and they're going up by 20%. So if you're watching this, the show's usually 2 weeks behind, and you're a potential customer, my advice is sign up now, because if you don't, you're going to pay 20% more for the product.
Hey guys, Craig here. Yeah, I'm back. Last week was a bit of a mad one, wasn't it? We went from millionaire mindset to budget meals and banana math, and somehow still ended up talking £100 million exit plans.
Within the next 3 to 5 years, we can exit for 100 million.
Last week was so good, I thought, why not stay a little bit longer?
So everybody asks me what it takes to be high performance, and I just say, go to the bed in the clothes that you wore the night before. Let's roll.
This is Unfinished Business. Joseph Valente is back and the pace isn't slowing down. Big moves, big meetings, and even bigger decisions. Let's see what's on the plate this week. Now, Joseph steps into the Millionaire Boardroom, a private session with Trade Mastermind's top performers, the ones already breaking the £1 million mark. This is where he checks in, mentors them personally, and gives them the guidance they need to take their business to the next level.
He put us on track. He did say to me, put your prices up, so we put our prices up. There was a slight drop off, and I've noticed from the job that we've installed with the new prices, our material percentage is like in the 30s, late 30s, early 30s, some in the late 30s. So
you're in that situation where two things either have to happen. You have to increase volume or you increase price. If you can't increase volume because you're capped at a certain amount of sales output, then your only option is to up the prices, isn't it? So we have to put our prices up. And we've just whacked our prices up by 25%. We've made our year one prices our 3-year prices. So we achieve a minimum of 18,000, and then we've got our 1-year price so high that most people will go for the 3-year price now, if that makes sense. We will see an impact in sales, but if we don't do that, then we're not going to be able to make the money that we want to make. So it is a balancing act. You're just going to have to get your salespeople behind it and really push on the value. And you've got £1 million a year business that is now got a perfect repeatable system that has people employed in it and covers its cost. Your profit margin will come from now introducing stream number 2. So you've now got to introduce that second product line and get your sales up by 50%, and then you'll be making good profits and you will still have the people. Because remember, you've made a choice, and that choice is you've hired people to buy back your time.
It's been a long day. The lights are off, the noise has faded, and the office is finally quiet. Everyone's gone home, except for one.
I just had a lot of meetings today. We had some really good C-suite sessions, and I just need to catch up to date with a couple of things and plan the day tomorrow. We've got 2 days without Joe in the building, which means I get the opportunity to get lots of work done, and so I'm quite excited about that. So I'm planning my next 2 days, Friday and Monday. And plus, it's quiet for once. The normal structure, really the COO kind of like to go second in command from the CEO. So really it's Lee. Lee's on a half day tomorrow. But really Lee will pick up most of the bits, but we all have our respective areas underneath that. If I'm not being nice to you, job centre.
As Sam breaks a sweat at the office, let's see what Joseph's up to tonight.
So this afternoon I've got a meeting with the chiefs, and they're going to be presenting to me a business plan that's going to allow us to get to 100 new customers by January, 1 million a month from events and 1 million a month from virtuals. Now, I set out the framework and the requirements for each of these guys to be able to go away and work on, so I'm looking forward to the plan that they're going to be presenting to me and the plan that they are going to execute on. And as I'm in a position now where I'm taking a step back completely from the day-to-day of this organisation, I need to let them write the plan, come up with the plan and execute on the plan. I am very, very hands-on, but if I don't separate myself from continuing to try and work with them on the front line, then I'm never going to be able to start to work in the future state of this organisation, and that's where I want to be. I want to be doing product development, I want to be raising finance, and I don't want to be in the building. I don't want to come here 5 days a week. I want to show up, ideally, for the first quarter of 2026, once a week. Then I'll come once a month, because I'm going to be in the US, and I'm going to be in Dubai, and I'm going to be in Europe, setting up Trade Mastermind opportunities and the other ventures that I'm doing with Millionaire Mastermind and TGS.
Now, as Joseph prepares to step back, it's time to meet the C-suite team he's been quietly building.
So set the scene for the meeting. We're obviously here to discuss what we're going to do in terms of the virtual team initially, and then we'll step into the telesales team and the one-off team. But ideally, the first part of this meeting is concentrate on what we can do in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
So to meet the requests that you had, what can we change within the business in terms of getting up the appointment settings, how Calm is going to influence that with Monique and help out over the next 7 days to get to where they need to be. But in order for him to get the best out of that opportunity, we're going to move the virtual team into the upstairs boardroom for a period of time to separate them from telesales, because we understand there's a bit of friction, there's that competitive nature, which is good in the overall concept of what we are, a sales business.
Yeah.
But right here, right now, we see the need to separate the two teams and concentrate on building up one team.
So are you planning on just putting them around the boardroom table, or are you going to make another office in there?
I don't know if we can split that table. We haven't got into that detail, but to have the team set up in there, maybe it's not the right idea. I don't know. We haven't.
The only thing is with it, they'll all go in there, and then the noise of the echo of if you're putting the appointment setters and the BDMs in there, the same thing will happen. They'll have to leave the room and go and pitch elsewhere. It's going to get very noisy with all of them on the phones all at the same time. So I don't think you're going to solve the noise problem.
Well, first we're going to get the appointment setters to hit their targets, right? So we diagnose, we baseline, we look at everything from the data perspective, as I was saying. We then are auditing the calls, the emails, messaging, everything that's going out there. Uncover the blockers, speaking directly to the team, as we understand what's actually stopping them, identify core issues, address those, and then we start defining the ICPs to move forward. We've got a load of businesses that between then and now have been created
would have moved up.
and have moved up. And to be honest, if you're a builder just needs to do one decent job and they're at that type of revenue.
This is your hour meeting in your hour window.
Yeah.
You then have 4 interviews today. One is face-to-face, which is the financial controller, and then you've got 3 teams. You have filming booked in, so that is your window this afternoon. So if you overrun, you're going to struggle. Do you want me to be at the door 2:10 so
I'll be done by then. I'm making good progress. I'll be out by 1:30.
Any questions on this afternoon? So I take it you're doing that face-to-face with Sam, financial controller, and then this.
That I really probably need more than an hour, but we'll have to do it quick. Right, I am going to Marbella tomorrow, so I need you to go into my bag, get the GoPro out, and charged up, and then I need a list of things that you want me to film while I'm there.
Alongside raising prices, Joseph's been focused on one thing: recruiting right. With a solid foundation already in place, interviews have become his second language. And truth be told, it's starting to take its toll.
So just wrapped up an interview and I'm absolutely shattered, but I've tried to stay engaged throughout the whole thing. Hopefully, came across all right. But yeah, nice guy. Interviewed for the financial controller role to support Sam and continue to bolster out our finance function. Good to keep seeing people, and with recruitment, you just got to keep kissing a load of frogs.
I just want to kind of delve a little bit deeper into what you're saying about friends in the academy, and you said something about £6,000. Can you just explain what you're referring to?
Monique, freshly promoted to virtual sales manager, is thriving. And this week, she's already locked in another one.
So there's two separate packages. So there's an in-person package and then there's a virtual package. So would he be wanting to do in-person or virtually? So in-person, you're getting to network with other business owners that maybe might be further ahead than yourself, that know more. It's that transaction of value, isn't it? Again, connections. So there's a lot of joint business ventures that are happening off the back of our in-person packages, because there's lots of good businesses that may be local towards each other, so they're kind of pairing up. However, on the virtual package, we do host ad hoc networking sessions for all of our academy members, whether they be virtual or in person, for the training, to just come and network. You would still get that opportunity to network in person on the virtual package.
How you getting on, Monique?
Yesterday, so we have built the Berlin Wall today, okay? This means that no one is to no longer go through this way. You are only to go through this door only, no distraction. I want everyone locked in. We've got 2 days to hit target. Everyone has to be locked in. We're going to simplify the process, okay? So you've got booking pot, cold data, new inquiry, which is a mixture of webinar leads, no-shows, academy cancellations, but you have to use the VA lead source. So when you can see that, you can understand how to tailor the conversation, because you're going in at a different angle on all of them, okay? And then you'll have close last, follow up, and then close one, yeah? I don't want any more excuses telling me that there's stuff everywhere, you don't know what to call, you're trying to look for the right one to call. That's getting eliminated today, yeah? £18,000 sale, that's the biggest sale that we've done today, so a massive well done, Kyle. Yeah, well done.
Plateaued over sort of the last 12, 36 months, and he didn't really know what to do. So got him on the consultation, spent about 2 hours with him. He understood all the value, he loved absolutely everything, he just needed a little bit more time. He was one of them people that if you pushed too hard, he'd have burnt, so I decided to pull back a bit. Then spent about an hour and a half, a couple of days later, on the phone with him, and he said, right, I want to try before I buy. And I said, right, we can't really do that. So we invited him down to a discovery day. He paid a deposit for the prices which we agreed.
Selling isn't telling, so you got to listen, haven't you? Yeah. And rather than just trying to ramming the product down the customer's throat that we want to sell, actually making sure you're really trying to solve the customer's problems genuinely is the way that you sell successfully. If you can get the buyer quality up and make them sure they're qualified for training, they want to invest in themselves, they're hungry for growth, it makes it 10 times easier for these guys to close. If it's easier for these guys to close, and you make more money, they make more money, and I make more money, and everybody wins. Yeah. So I said to Justin, okay, the other day, that by now he should know me, okay? And what I want to do is coach him into a position where he already knows the answer before he asks the question, okay? So he's just come to me and he's shown me a graphic and he said, did you like it or don't you like it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back on Justin. I'm not gonna answer it for him, and he's gonna tell me whether he thinks I love it or I hate it. And that will be the test as to whether he knows me yet or not. So show the audience.
I already know the answer.
Okay, you're more. Give us a drum roll, please. Okay, so Justin, do I love it or do I hate it?
You hate it.
Hate it. Woo! You knew I hated it before you asked the question, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a risky one, but it's just what's trending, so I thought I'd
Go on, it's a risky one.
Yeah.
Okay, well I can't blame him for taking a risk, yeah? He's got to be willing to take a risk, yeah? But now he knows. But he's also come with, which I do like, okay, is some backup to prove me wrong. Because my taste could be the wrong thing, and he could show me evidence that what he's got is the right thing. So show me what they can see here.
These are just the ideas.
And you've created something where it shows it's worked before, right? So you got inspiration.
Yeah.
You didn't just make up a graphic and think that I wasn't going to like it and bring it.
No.
Okay, good. But I'm not keen on the picture. The rest of it behind I like, but the picture, change it up.
Okay, cool. Should I try something like this? Stephen Butler style.
Yeah, I quite like that. That's pretty cool.
Cool.
Well done. You've got one more month. One more month until you know 99.9% what I like.
It's a busy one at Trade Mastermind today. Discovery Day and Training Day under one roof. And already, some of our newest clients are getting a taste of those early wins.
Hi, Niall from Roebuck Property Solutions. A pretty decent month, as in growth, which growing in the summer is good, and nothing's broken, nothing's gone wrong. I've got access to 2 new subcontractors, so everything's easier now. But other than that, there's nothing to report.
Good month this month. We sold our first boiler yesterday. So yeah, we're getting there. It feels like, I think I said it last month, it feels like we're actually starting to do something now rather than just scrambling and trying to learn stuff.
Hi, I'm Tom from Solutions Plumbing and Heating. I've been in the office a little bit more, so just trying to get the cost per acquisition down. I got that down to 150 per boiler, which is half decent. Did about 65 grand revenue, about 16 boilers. So next couple of months, just about structure really, and trying to go to the next level. So the idea is to try and go into North London essentially this year. Yeah. Whoever's in North London.
Everybody write down bullet point, yeah? Start at the top. Just write down 3 clear bullet points. Validate. Yeah, at the top. Validate concern. Validate concern, then give it a few lines and underneath it write show social proof. Then write move to positive outcome. Show social proof, move to positive outcome. So as you're going through it, you want that frame. You've got to sell the sizzle, not the sausage. Over-explain the process. Who's seen me pitch in this room? How long do I say what the modules are?
Literally seconds.
Seconds. I do 6 hours. I talk about the modules for about 10 seconds. So I'm selling the outcome. I'm selling the sizzle, right? I'm not selling the person. Does that make sense for everyone? So when a customer says, I need to think about it, they don't need to think about anything. What they're saying is, you haven't done enough yet to convince me that this is the right decision. So the first thing is certainty. Is this going to work for me? Is this the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And so if you see me in action, I will always be reinforcing the confidence, to the buyer. People buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. Don't rush to the close, okay? Don't show your cards too early. Don't make it all about the deal.
Hello, and welcome to the virtual team.